Ladies and gents, this improv story is based on the idea by Audacious, who's been a follower since the 26th of May. 26th of May. It's 26th. 6th. Everybody. 6th. No, the 26th. The 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 6th. No. The 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. No. The 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. It's a hard word to say. 6th. The 6th. It is a hard word to say. Sick. Sixth. Sixth. Started following on the 26th on purpose. I have to almost do that. 6th. I have to sort of shove my dates up my face. The 6th. I'm alright actually. Who's a follower since the 26th of May. It seems like a lot of playing about with your mouth when they sound coming out. It's like you've stopped talking. The 26th of May, you know, it takes ages until you hear the of May. Where am I? Right. And the idea is, man listens to radio. Let the story commence. There was a guy called Craig. Pretty ordinary guy. What is ordinary? What is normal? If you saw Craig, you'd go, right. Ordinary guy. And he goes, Alexa. Fuck me, man, the range on that fucking mic. He goes, Alexa. You just set mine off. Oh, really? Let me have a wee think then. I'll have a I'll practice it for later. I won't do it. Don't worry. I promise. So he says, Alexa, play songs by somebody that he likes. Def Leppard. Nah, next. Oh, fuck it. Play songs by. Play 80s pop. Hey, 80s pop. Hey. Next. Alexa, next. Fuck it. In fact, you know what? Get the fucking radio on. Alexa, play radio. And then he doesn't say anything because he's like, Radio 1, Radio 2. Is there music playing in this house? It fucking is. Alexa, stop. Fucking watermelon sugar with fucking Harry fucking Styles. How'd that going? It's your boy John and Jamie Syke. Thanks for the subs and bits. Cheers for keeping me sane in the mornings. Appreciate it. Sane? I'm keeping you sane. You know you're in trouble if you need me to keep you sane. Lee Foreman, thanks for the sub. Hawkeye Mustang, thanks for 12 and 3 sub. 12 months already, here's to another year of the best community in Twitch. Yes. Deadly Spades, thanks for the sub. So he goes, play radio He's like, Radio 2, Radio 1. Alexa just loses the patience. Now playing radio. You didn't quite hear it, but you know, it's as if it just suggested it's some sort of radio thing. Starts playing this song. Really, really nice song. Kind of started a bit slow. He's just about to say, Alexa, play Radio 2 or something. But it's nice, and he's like, oh, that's nice. That's nice, that. It's got wee bits in it, sort of builds up a wee bit. But it's got wee, you know, kind of like ambient sort of wee bits in it. A bit like the beginning of It's a Kind of Magic by Queen. A few reversed bits here and there. What was that? What was that there? Just then, he got this urge. He went into the kitchen, picked up a knife. Big fucking knife. Big Michael Myers knife. And he walked out. You hear that rain there? He walked out the house. He had no idea what he was doing. He knew he was looking at it. He was like, where am I going? He knew he was going somewhere. He just, you know, you forget. You know, you just sort of forget, and then you remember. He was doing that, but he's not remembered yet. So he just kind of kept going. What? Turn left. Just observing, just like taking a back seat in his own head. He walked up, and there's these wee guys. 3 wee guys battering somebody. And Craig went like that, walked up to the one who had his back to him, and one of his pals went, Johnny, who's this cunt? But before the wee guy who had his back to Craig could turn around, Craig prevented him from turning around by shoving the knife right into the back of his skull. So when that Johnny, if he was able to turn, which he wasn't because he knew his brain was dead, even if he wanted to turn, even if he was able to turn, which he couldn't because his brain couldn't send signals to his body anymore, the knife was that deep, in his head. You know, it was almost coming at the front. He wouldn't actually be able to turn around because Craig was like that. And Craig was just watching it, and he's like, and he just pulled the knife out, and the wee guy dropped. Knife was all red with like other wee bits and pieces on it. And then the 2 other wee guys started running. And Craig went like that. See that he had the knife by the handle, but he went like that. Chucked the knife up and then grabbed it by the tip. And went like that. Like that. Got the other wee guy right in the back. And the wee guy was like on the ground like that. When I say wee guy, we're talking about 14-year-olds. Wee bastards. That's what Craig thought. Wee bastards. These wee guys hadn't done anything. To him, Craig pulled the knife out and put it right back in the same place, and then pulled it out again and then put it right back in, sort of like a few millimetres to the side. Kind of like if you were cutting a really thin slice of cheese. Like that. The third one came running back to help his wee pal and tried to kick Craig. Kicked Craig right in the face. Full blast. Bang. Craig went like that. Pulled out a knife. and went chasing the wee guy who started running away. And the wee guy was like that. And Craig, when he was chasing, Craig was still like in a kind of trance because of that music that he heard. So Craig's face was like this when he was running after the wee guy. And the wee guy, you know, would turn around to check to see how close he was, and he would see that look in his face like that. The wee guy went around the corner and then sort of stood at the corner, you know, waiting for, like, Craig to go belting around in a kind of arc. And then the wee guy would sort of like double back. But Craig could just see the sort of like edge of his sleeve there. Like his shoulder. And it's sort of sticking out a wee bit. And so Craig stopped before turning the corner. And the wee guy was just sort of standing there around the corner, waiting for Craig to go belting around. And Craig just stood there, like a kind of sadist. Just sort of stood there waiting. And the wee guy knew that things had went a bit quiet. And went... And looked around, and when he looked around, Craig went like that, dead quick. Left eye, right eye, just like that. Both eyes. And the wee guys, that wee guy sort of fell down, grabbed his eyes, you know, like, you know, to try and stop the pain, but his fingers went into his eye, into his eyeballs. And then Craig went like that, sort of chucked a knife in the air and grabbed it with the handle that way, so the knife was come down. Before it was like that. Went like that. And grabbed the wee guy's hair, and then, like, see the back of the neck there? Just went like that. And this is our story, this is an improv story, this isn't true, I don't condone this. And it's just horrible. There was an old woman that came walking by and saw it happening. And Craig saw the old woman and he didn't know what to do. Now here's where things get a wee bit strange. He felt himself walking up to the old woman. Felt himself walking up to the old woman, right up to her with a knife. And then when he got to her, she did something in her pocket and he dropped the knife. And then she pulled out a wee kind of like something that looked like a walkie-talkie. Some sort of device, contraption. And Craig just suddenly went like that. And Craig went, "It was you?" And the old woman said, "I made an invention in my garden shed." You see, a lot of people think it's like old men that invent stuff in their shed and all that. Things are different now. And Craig went like that. I'm going to keep that in mind. I just don't picture an old woman in a garden shed at the end of the garden inventing things. And that was wranging me. And the old woman went like that. That's the only thing you're wrong about. Because there's going to be many more adventures for you. See some of the things I've made. They're going to make your life very interesting. Next thing Craig knew, he was back in his house, like this. What was that? And all he heard, last thing he heard, and he wasn't sure if he heard it or if he just thought it, was... I'll see you soon, Ashen One. The end.